All right, how's it going, you guys? We're back here doing another crypto review on all the coins that we reviewed last week. To be honest, I'm going to go into this very fresh. I did not trade this weekend. I was actually away from my computer because of some losses that I hit last week. It's always good to step away from this stuff at times like that because you don't want to be trading emotionally. You don't think very rational when you're hung up on a loss. So here it is. Let's jump into it. Let's look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has rallied. It rallied up to 7,500, I believe, and now it's kind of correcting back. I think we hit the top. A lot of people are saying that it's going to continue to rise, but let's take a look at it. So here we have a day chart. Let's see if we have another one right here. So you can see this growth, this huge growth, and now we have this pullback down to the 13 EMA where you can see it bounce. Normally what I see that happens here is that we have a bull trap, and I can see this come back up here, but continue to go downtrend. We do have the CME group that just announced that they're going to be doing Bitcoin futures. So that's definitely going to bring growth down in the long term for Bitcoin, which is really exciting to see. There's a lot of talk going on right now with newcomers into crypto that want to start investing, and it's such an awesome thing to see because a lot of this new traffic that's going to come in is just going to start flooding the market. So we're going to start seeing rebounds in altcoins now that we have these new investors, and they're going to start learning about Ethereum and all the ICOs that are under that. So those people that are scared that altcoins are dead, we just need to wait it out. We just need a new wave of speculators to start trading this stuff, and I feel like that's when we're going to start seeing money getting put back into ICOs. So Bitcoin being, it's a little hesitant up here. It's going to be interesting what actually happens, but that's my take on it. I feel like it's going to start slowing down, and we're going to start seeing some momentum start going into the other coins like Ethereum, Monero, Ripple, Litecoin. So let's jump into those. We got Ripple. So Ripple's at a low right now, and it's pretty much back to where it was right before it broke out. So this is a full retracement that we're looking at. Not too much action down here as of right now. We kind of do have a higher low that's forming, so it's like a little ascending triangle. So if we start breaking out this 13 EMA, we can start seeing some upside potential. I'm still in Ripple. I'm just waiting for that day that this thing skyrockets, and it's going to be amazing, and everyone's going to jump on. But we're going to have to watch out and make sure that we don't catch one of these dips right here, because then that's the con of Ripple, that when it shoots up, it also dives back down to where it comes, where it was at. We look at the USD tether, we can see slowly accumulation right here. We keep going up, but you can see these long-term holders. These are the actual people investing in Ripple, and it's climbing up. We got higher highs, so that's very good sign, and that it's indicating that it's healthy. Jumping onto Ethereum, wow, it's like we were talking about it continuing to go down. We did break this resistance line, but it just dived down. We're also almost to a full retracement with Ethereum as well. With Bitcoin topping over, maybe that wealth is going to come into Ethereum. Who knows? We're going to see in the next couple of months. Also, Ethereum on the USD tether is roughly staying at 300. That's where it seems like it likes to stay. Litecoin. Litecoin is also dipping down like Ethereum. So it's going to be really interesting if we do see this dip down a little bit lower right here. The little thing that has me concerned about that is there's not that much support here. I mean, this is pretty much the last support. So hopefully we can see a bounce off of that and then continue into the upside, or maybe not so much the upside, but some accumulation might form around this area. And maybe March into next year, we can start seeing this thing really rip. Same with the USD, we can see accumulation. It's doing everything very nicely. It's respecting trend lines. So on the money market side of it, it's all green lights. I'm going to talk about that later. So Neo is just a very simple coin, even though, yes, we can see all these big price actions, but when you start looking at it in the big picture, and we start looking at this indication right here that we've been, looking for 2 weeks now, we can see that it's still doing the same thing. It's riding along this this resistant line. Maybe next week we're going to look into buying some Neo and ride this little wave, probably sell off here up top, buy a little cheaper, and then ride the roller coaster. Trying to see if there's anything else I want to talk about. There's a ton of coins right now, but I'm not trying to jump into it. Try to keep your trading strategy pretty simple. So since I don't see anything else, I'm just going to jump into Monero XMR. I'm actually shorting this right now. This morning I woke up to this thing doing 23%. I mean, anything like this, yes, it broke out, but it's still going to dive. We're down here, which is an indication that we could be in a trend reversal, but this still has to correct. This is just all hype. This is all momentum. There's FOMO right here. So this is going to retrace back down, which is where I'm currently shorting. So I saw this and I saw this big drop, and that was my indication. Okay, you know what? This thing is finally over. We're going to start seeing some change in the direction that it's going, the trend. So we broke here, and I started showing this on every climb that it did. Boom, boom, boom. Right here, I started becoming a little skeptical because I was hoping for a higher rip up here to continue to short. But what also caught my attention is that it was breaking these trend lines right here that not on this chart. I'm looking at other charts, but another one on another exchange, very similar. It broke this, and that's where I started thinking if this was going to start ripping up to the upside. But if we look, especially with these charts, we want to jump to conclusion that it's going to make a move. But in reality, we need to be patient and allow the opportunities to come to us. So as much as I kind of wanted to sell because I was getting a little anxious, I did put a stop loss right up here. And it hit it. But I didn't sell because there was no volume. So since volume was drying up, there isn't money getting poured into it. So I was waiting for that big drop, and then we started getting these big candles down here. So now that we had that big dive, we broke this support line, meaning that we could possibly be in a bear trend, and we have this double top that form 1, 2, and then somebody unloaded right here, and now everyone's getting the idea that maybe this thing isn't going to keep going up. We are looking at a whole number resistance, which is 100. So those resistant points are really hard to break. I'm going to keep holding this. My target is around down here, and that's where I'll start. I'm going to start scaling out around up here, but I'm going to start taking all profit takes right here and see what happens to them. But other than that, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments. Any coins you want me to review, down below. Follow my Instagram, Tiburon Investments. I put information up every day and other cool things, even motivational quotes, to kind of help you guys get through this stuff and not stress out about it too much, because you shouldn't be stressing about this stuff. As soon as you start stressing, you start fucking up and you start losing money, and that's not the point of it. So just to end on that note, I'll end up seeing you next Monday. Take it easy, you guys, and happy trading.